Hey there, welcome back to the vlog. This is vlog 8, and we're doing some camera tests today. Here's our test subject. His name is Rambo, and I'm told he's the goodest boy. So what we're doing is a test shoot, because later in the week I'm filming drills for a security guard training school. I'm hanging out with my friend Jess, and it's an opportunity to practice my handheld work and see how practical the rig I built is. So here's a quick overview of what we're working with. So it's the Red Komodo set up with handles on each side, monitor on the top. I'm sure a lot of you have a similar setup. And then I'm shooting vintage Nikon lenses with a follow focus and matte box. So not a huge rig, but I found it to be fairly versatile. So the thing I was running into with dogs and with Rambo in particular is that you can never 100% know where their movement path is. So I would track him and he'd get distracted and do something unexpected. So I don't think I'll run into that problem with people at the training demo, but I ran into that here on the test shoot. See, he goes for the ball and immediately drops the ball. Like, that's his favorite thing. What's up with that? Here we are on the day of the shoot. The outskirts of Los Angeles. We're gonna shoot them training today, doing hostage drills. So a lot of this shoot is a combination of live rounds and paintballs, or I guess powder balls. So the important thing to know with these kind of shoots is to have clear communication and try not to stand in front of a gun. I feel like with a lot of these kind of shoots, you're mostly there to observe, looking for interesting movements, and to kind of get a sense of what they're doing. And then in between those, you try and pick up like inserts or close-ups to make the sequence more interesting. So take this footage of these guys shooting. It's not particularly interesting, but I really like this exit right here. So let's take it back and put it in the cut. So this shot, I imagined it as like a POV of him running. So what's cool about this is when you cut it together, you can use the same trick twice and suddenly he's being chased or followed. For me, it's those little moments that take it from just documenting training exercises to documenting a feeling of what it takes or what you can be. Right before I left, they asked me if I wanted to shoot a gun, and I said yeah. So this property is surrounded by free-range cows, so I had to walk by a lot of them, including this very intimidating cow. The next 2 days are filled with sports shoots, so more reels for college-bound athletes trying to get attention from recruiters and whatnot. This job went fairly smoothly. It's just a lot of time to be in the sun and on your feet. But it worked out in the end. Also, I randomly saw this like swarm of seagulls, and they randomly disappeared 5 minutes later. Day 2 of sports brings us to the Rams practice field, and what's cool about this is it's literally minutes from my house, so I had an easy drive in to work today. But other than that, it was the usual. Some big NFL names were there, I think. I'm not really a sports guy. And I could feel the heat of the sun. You ever feel like you're just cooking? That was today. But in general, today went kind of slowly because my camera broke. So Tim and I kind of traded working the camera here and there, but it still felt pretty slow.
Subscribe, like my friend's channel.